from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Because we should understand our only shelter is Krishna's holy name and nothing else. Everything else is just like taking shelter of a stone in the middle of a storm in the sea. We are in the ocean, we are trying to stay afloat, and we trying to look for some shelter of a boat, but then suddenly we find a stone and we cling on to the stone. That stone is going to take us down. So taking shelter of drugs, taking shelter of lust and greed and pride and anger and feeling that this is what will save me, feeling that I have a good bank balance of greed, and so this will save me. I'm good now. Everything's fine. That's like taking shelter of a stone. We need to take shelter of the boat of the holy name of Krishna. And this will come by practice as we train our mind to get detached from the intelligence and focus on just one mantra. It won't come right away. We will still be distracted, but Krishna is seeing how much are we trying. Krishna says that karmanya vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, that just focus on the process, focus on what you can do. And if you try your best with a mood to please Krishna, Krishna is pleased just by that effort. Result is on Krishna's hand. Ultimately, if we are able to control our mind or not, if we are able to chant attentively or not, ultimately it depends on Krishna. And that's what we believe in. But Krishna will reciprocate based on our effort. And if Krishna is pleased with our effort, then he will give the result that is most appropriate for our spiritual advancement. But for us, we should helplessly take shelter. We should feel, not just think, but feel from our heart that there is nothing else that can actually save me. Sometimes Krishna will put us in these situations where we will be forced, where it'll be a hopeless situation sometimes. And in that hopeless situation, we will find real hope. In that seemingly materially hopeless situation where everyone has abandoned us, we may find hope, real hope, in taking shelter of the holy names. And then we will be able to chant with real feeling. But let's not wait for Krishna to do this to us. Let's voluntarily try to build that feeling that truly nothing else is going to give me shelter except Krishna's holy names. And in that helpless state, when we take shelter, then we will be attentive automatically. Then we will put our effort to just focus helplessly on that one mantra, just like Ajamil. Why did Ajamil get the second chance? Because Srila Prabhupada says, he translates the verse which says, because Ajamil chanted properly. The verse, actually, if you see the word-to-word translation of the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam about Ajamil, when the Vishnudutas came, it says Anugrinit, which means he chanted properly. But Srila Prabhupada translates it as because Ajamil chanted with helplessness. He translates chanting properly to chanting helplessly. Because Ajamil understood, he was calling the name of his son, Narayan. He was not even calling to the Holy Lord Narayan. He was calling his son, but he was calling helplessly. He knew there was no other, because at the time of death, at the time of crisis, we are automatically drawn to the thing or the person that we are most attached to. And if we are most attached, Ajamil was most attached to his son, Narayan. And so he helplessly, automatically called the name Narayan, but he called it helplessly. That's why the Vishnu Dutas came. It almost was at the level of Namabhas. That's why he got a second chance. If he would have really meant it and called to the Supreme Lord Narayan, he would have gone back to the spiritual world. But even though he did not call for the Supreme Lord Narayan, he at least chanted helplessly, called his name helplessly, and help came.